All right, I'm here with Travis Maut Bueno. He is a Dota 2 caster. They brought him in here to do some obsing, Are you gonna do some casting here, maybe?
I'm slated to cast 2 games, I think.
Okay, cool. And how's it been? How's your experience been?
Well, it was really good. It was interesting. I've had a whirlwind trip. I was in LA for a couple days, like a week ago, doing WCA America for ESL.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring you to Red Bull, by the way." So I flew back home on the 6th, stayed home in New York on the 7th,
For like a day.
and then I flew back on the 8th.
Should've just stayed, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then we roomed together for Red Bull.
We did.
Was fun.
That was a good time.
And me and Maut ranting about Game of Thrones. We're both Game of Thrones huge fans. Yeah, no spoiler. I'm not going to talk about it because it's just.
Let's just say we like the books better, I think.
Yeah. And you are the premier caster for Hotbid.
That's correct. Yes.
How is that? How's working with the Gerg?
I mean, it's Gerg.
So we're talking about Greg. What is hip? What is his last name?
Laird.
Laird, right? And he's affectionately known to us as the Gerg. And can you explain a little bit about Gerg? What is that from? What does it mean?
Gerg is an all-encompassing term that can literally mean anything you want it to mean.
Okay.
But
what are the origins? Give me the origins.
So TI4, we're sitting around in a room, and like Gerg's like doing his own thing, and he has to come up. It's like me, Korok, Fogged, and Coddle Guy, like in the same room, just hanging out. And like Korok finds this Twitter account, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, follow at what is. I'm allowed to swear? At What Is Shit TV. I'm gonna do it anyways.
Okay. I mean, I think this is the summit, man.
Yeah, that's true. Fine. At What Is Shit TV. Follow him there, and the name of the Twitter account is Gerglard.
Gerglard.
And so every time.
You guys don't know who that is, by the way.
We have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, we have no idea. So, Korok, every time like he would talk about Greg, he'd like Greg would be like, "Oh, I'm coming up. Oh, I want to see you guys." And Korok every time would just be like, "Fucking Gerg, man!" Every time, that's what he would say. And then it became fucking Gerg, like classic Gerg. Every time Greg did something.
Can you describe what is a Gerg, like? What do you use the word for, like?
Well, I mean, it used to mean like it could literally use like the way I think about it. It used to mean whatever you wanted it to mean. And now it's just kind of like Gerg is like this personality that he has where he's salty and he flames people and he gets upset and he does his own thing. He's honest, and that's Gergen. If you're Gergen, that's like you're like going in. You're like salty.
Full Gerg.
Yeah, you full Gerg, exactly.
And he sometimes co-casts with you.
He does. He does more of a business side of things now. He also just got a new job for Vulcan as well. So
is that public knowledge?
It might. Well, it is now. So
okay.
He tweeted about it. It is public knowledge. Okay. So.
And you're hired here to be an observer, but you like casting more, obviously.
I do. I mean, observer's nice because I can just like kind of relax and I mean, I'll still get flamed, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Like casting, like you have to like really put yourself out there and project and stuff. But observing is just kind of, it's nice and relaxing.
What are your plans? What are your plans for TI? What do you think's gonna happen?
I have no plans.
What'd you do last year?
Valve invited me and Coddle Guy out. We casted the group stages together, and then we kind of just chilled for the rest of the tournament,
which was probably pretty cool.
Oh, it was amazing. We sat around, we ate their food, we hung out, met people. It was super nice.
And this time, get some main bracket matches in.
I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening 2 weeks from now.
You should send them like a donut basket or something. Serious, just mail it to their office. You know their office address. And just have a basket of donuts. Be like, this is from Maut. Like to.
Does that work?
Hope you're thinking of me for TI.
They're probably just gonna like look at this thing and like, this guy's insane. What did he send his donuts for?
Trust me, dude. Just do it.
They're not gonna eat those.
They're gonna eat the donuts. Of course they will.
No,
if they're Krispy Kreme or whatever, just send them. Serious. I'm not even joking, dude. That they'll be like, oh, Maut, that guy that sent us the donuts. They'll be like, that's a completely transparent way of trying to earn our favor, but they'll remember your name.
All right, I'm gonna send him some donuts.
I'm serious. Send him some donuts.
All right, I'll send him some donuts.
And they'll be like, oh, that guy, you're the guy that sent the donuts. I guarantee you, if you get invited to TI, they'll be like, you'll meet like Eric Johnson. Will be like, I ate one of those donuts.
Yeah, but those were really good donuts.
That's how we got the T-shirt partnership with Team Liquid when I was working with Team Liquid.
You sent donuts?
No, we made T-shirts and we just sent them.
Oh.
And then they're like art team started wearing the T-shirts. We didn't put any explanation. We just sent them.
He just said,
They're like, oh, these T-shirts are pretty
we
cool.
got T-shirts now.
Yeah.
All right, that's nifty.
So just send the donuts. They'll eat them, and then they'll invite you. It's a foolproof plan.
It sure sounds like it. You thought this one out.
You better do it before someone watches this interview and then does it before you.
Shit, you're right. Somebody's gonna do that. I'm screwed.
So, casting Dota Pit, what was that experience like?
It's an ongoing experience. We prided ourselves on like having the teams be super flexible when they wanted to play. The downside with that is that like the manager's like, we wanted to play like a week ago, but they didn't want to play, and so like, you have to really like. You can't be too flexible. We've learned that I think this season. I think everyone's like, is this tournament actually ever going to end?
And Dota Pit going into the future, how are you going to plan around the majors and stuff?
That's something we haven't really thought about. We don't really know like the whole game
Is
zone
Dota
with
Pit
majors.
receiving one of the majors?
Dude, I just cast Dota, and also I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
You guys have no experience.
I mean,
Valve,
Valve, please, if you really want to send something our way, we'd be more than happy to.
The Dota Pit major, putting in your application, putting your hat in the ring.
Then I'll definitely send them donuts if that's the case.
They don't need DAC. Just you'll do the one in China, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's where you have the most contacts. Maybe you can.
Dota Pit's like
something up.
Dota Pit's like centralized in Croatia. I can't imagine them going to China and trying to set that up.
Yeah.
That'd be something else.
And Dota Pit did very well, in their prize pool and everything this year.
Yep.
You worked for High Ground TV. That's Gerg's outfit, right?
I mean, it's our outfit.
Yeah. And what's it like being having to do? Did you have to do any of the business side?
I did it a little bit, and then Greg just he likes taking over, honestly. And he Gergs about it too much.
Okay.
So I just let him handle it.
But now he has his job. What's gonna happen? You gonna take over?
He's like you have to do more. I'm like, okay, I'm completely fine with that. I mean, maybe I'll run us into the ground. Who the hell knows? It's gonna be an interesting experience. Honestly, don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't know where High Ground's going. I don't know where we're going, and like, I'm just trying to keep it like 1 week at a time at this point because there's so much stuff going on. Like, there's tournaments that we know about that are coming up. Plus, TI obviously and all that stuff. So I'm just like one step at a time.
And how's your journey? How did you get to this point?
I started casting North American Dota like 3 years ago. There's like, I don't know. I just like randomly started casting like the TI qualifiers at TI2, like through the ticket, and then I was just like, oh, I can actually do this. And then people were like, oh, he's okay. And then I casted, and I got better. And I was like, oh, he's pretty good now.
What would you say your casting MMR? What's your regular MMR?
My regular MMR is 4K.
And what's your casting MMR?
My casting MMR...
Estimate it.
Well, all right, let's
do all the casters.
I'm not ranking caster MMR.
Come on.
I'm not doing that.
Let's do it.
That's a cop-out, I know, but I'm not doing it.
Well, I'll talk with...
Everybody here is above 6K. That's what I'll say.
I'll just talk with you. Talk it out.
No.
Who's 7K, though?
Who's 7K? LD, probably.
LD, okay.
Like they're.
What about Toby?
Yeah, he's probably up there. I don't know if I don't know. Like I haven't worked with Toby enough. Like LD, I know because like I've worked with him. I've like done observing for him, and like the way he directs me as like an observer, like you can tell like he knows what he's doing. He's like he's up there. At least in my opinion. That's the problem. You can't rank. You don't have like a. Casting is very subjective. Like whether you like the person or not, it's like I honestly could be like. I think Kyle guy's like 7K, but everyone else could be like, you're a fucking idiot. He's like 5K, and I'd be like, okay, well, we are differing opinions in this. With MMR and Dota, there's no like, I think I'm 6K, but maybe I'm 5K. Like you have a number. It's a specific number. It's very subjective.
So, what do you think your casting MMR is?
Above 5.5K, hopefully.
Okay. So you're aiming at the 6K bracket.
See, I don't feel very confident in anything that I do except for swimming. And Grace would always get on my case when
So you're a swimmer. You did swimming.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you specialize in?
Freestyle, distance freestyle.
What about the butterfly?
You asked me this the other night. You're like, "What's your 200 butterfly time?" I'm like, "That event sucks."
Activate the butterfly. Go faster.
No. The butterfly is my 100-meter butterfly.
What about the breaststroke?
No, I hate breaststroke.
Backstroke.
That's okay.
Can you do one of those when you're going towards a wall and you do
a flip turn Hotbid? It's a flip turn.
Yeah, one of those turns.
Yeah,
one of those.
Yeah, I can do flip turn.
And you don't get any water in your nose when you do that?
No.
Why not?
Because I've trained for like 15 years. I know how to not do that.
I mean, the first time you did it, you probably got a little water in there.
I'm sure I did. I was a kid though.
So, yeah. So, how did you just keep doing them?
Yeah, I just kept. I mean, the coach would be like, "You got water in your nose? Do it this way. Like, actually breathe out of your nose."
Could you be a lifeguard?
I was a lifeguard.
Have you ever had to save someone?
Nope.
So like, you've never actually had to. So you've never saved someone.
No.
So you could have just been anyone.
I literally
sitting
could have
there.
been. Yeah, exactly.
I could have sat there.
You could have sat there.
Not known how to swim. I do know how to swim.
Well,
by the way,
are you good at yelling at people?
yes.
Then you would have been fine.
Do you have you seen The Sandlot?
Like when I was a young kid, it's been a while.
Do you remember where the kid, the lifeguard's like really hot, and the kid pretends to drown so that she would give him CPR, and then like when she tries to give him CPR, he like quickly wakes up and makes out with her, and she like gets really offended. Do you know how to perform CPR?
I do.
Okay. But you've never had to do it on someone.
No, I've worked only on mannequins. They have these mannequins, man. They set them up, and they I don't know. It's mannequins for CPR. I don't know what to tell you.
It reminds me of the Office episode where they're doing the CPR training, and like the mannequin's face is cut off, and they're like, "What happened?" And then they look at Dwight, and he's wearing the face, right? And he makes that noise. He's like, okay, so you're a swimmer.
Yes.
So you were. Did you place in any swimming things?
Yeah, we, in terms of like, so my last year that I swam, which was my freshman year in college, we had a New York State, like, it was only Division III. I wasn't like good enough to be like Division I, but I went to a D3 school just because it was like
What
casual. Hartwick in Oneonta.
Okay.
For a bit.
What'd you study?
I studied biology at first, then eventually I switched over to computer science later on down the road.
CS, huh?
Yeah. Only got a couple years in though. But anyways, so.
Greg is also switching to CS.
I get Counter-Strike Gurgle offensive.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Greg.
The Gerg's switching to CS too.
He's switching to whatever he's doing. But so when I swam, we did like a state meet, and I placed top 8 in 500, top 8 in the 1650, which is a mile, by the way, which takes 17 and a half minutes to swim. That's 66 laps of swimming. It's miserable. Don't ever swim. If you have kids, don't ever make them swimmers. Please don't do it. It's actually the most miserable sport on the face of the planet.
Really?
It
worked out for
if you say Jason Phelps.
No, Philip Phelps.
Philip Phelps.
Yeah, Mike Phelps' brother. You don't know Phil Phelps?
No, I don't know Phil Phelps.
I mean, I obviously don't know Mike. He's too famous.
He is too famous.
Mike Phelps. It worked out for him. He's like a rich guy now. Won all those medals.
Michael Phelps
could have been you, man.
No, because I'm not 6 feet tall. I don't have a wingspan of huge proportion, unfortunately. Swimming is just actually the most awful sport on the face of the planet. You want to know why?
Is it worse than boxing?
I mean, probably not after that Mayweather
You don't
Pacquiao
get like
fight.
concussions unless you do the flip turn.
Well, I mean, not in terms of safety. Like, in terms of safety, like you're not gonna hurt yourself when you swim. I mean, maybe you'll hurt your shoulders, but like, okay, so you're looking at the bottom of a pool for like 3 hours.
Well, you know what they should do? They should make a pool that like the bottom is like a screen.
Like a television or something?
Yeah, and you can wear like one of those caps and it projects a movie onto the bottom of the screen.
You should get that on Kickstarter.
Yeah, and then you can swim, and as you're swimming, the picture just scrolls along the bottom, and it can be like a movie. You can watch that as you're swimming. Get the like waterproof headphones, and then you're just watching a movie, and you're swimming, watching a movie. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
What if other people want to watch like different movies, or they don't want to watch?
It's the
movies?
lane. It follows the person.
Yeah, but there's more than one person in a lane, though.
Yeah, but you're not like on top of someone. No, I'm talking about like it's only where your head is, right? And then like it just scrolls around the bottom. When you turn to breathe, I guess that's.
I think you're gonna project something out of your coach or something.
Yeah, it would just be on the ground. It would just be there. Yeah.
Maybe if you're swimming with a snorkel.
No. Have you ever done that? Swim with snorkel?
That's part of swim training.
Do you ever swim? Ever had to run from a shark?
Nope. Thank God.
What about swimming in a riptide?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You survived.
Yep. I'm alive here today.
Okay. And then what else? What else do you do other than swimming?
Like as far as hobbies are concerned.
Yeah, hobbies.
Let's see. I play music, guitar, piano.
What kind of music?
A lot. Like I play
Dubstep?
classical. No, definitely not. Just
no, not dubstep. No EDM.
No.
You could be the next.
How do you play EDM exactly?
You could be the next Skrillex.
Don't you just make EDM? You don't play it. You just push buttons, right? That's it. You just push buttons. That's it.
The camera guys making fun of EDM. There's a lot of EDM bands. There is skill to it. I think.
I mean,
Like the DJs, they gotta do the like when you gotta know when to like raise your hands when the
start
thing
fist
drops.
pumping?
No, like they go like this and then they go,
Yeah,
like the beat drops, right? They gotta time it.
Is that all they have to
good
do?
timing. No, they gotta push the buttons.
I mean, they have to
too.
make the music.
Yeah, and like
theoretically.
sometimes they don't go well together, and I'm sure they don't like record those. They only record the ones that like they do mix well together.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about EDM. I just do.
It stands for electronic dance music.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you don't know anything, I'm
That's true.
educating you.
All right.
You know who the most popular EDM artist or DJ is right now?
Who?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, I have no idea. No.
Okay. I mean, why would I ask you that question if I knew the answer?
I don't know. You asked me some crazy questions. Let's be honest, dude.
I know Skrillex. I know Medion. Is that how you say his name?
Isn't
Medion?
Steve Aoki one of them?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's my knowledge.
Yeah.
They had Ultra on Twitch. I was watching that for a bit. I was like,
What?
The Ultra Music Festival,
Oh.
like down in Miami.
Mm.
They had it on Twitch. I was watching it for a bit.
Yeah. And okay, so you play music. What kind of music do you play then?
I play pretty much just rock when I'm playing guitar and bass.
Rock.
Yeah. Well, any literally or just anything with a guitar.
So are you really good at like rock band?
I mean, not any better than the average person.
Is guitar anything like rock band?
No, not really. Not really.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
And I have no experience.
They're both difficult in their own ways.
My roommate in college played the guitar, and the thing's like a chick magnet.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you do it for the chicks?
No, I did it because I like music. But I mean, they go hand in hand, so it's nice. Acoustic is the way to go. You can't bring out an electric and like try to impress a girl with it. Like she's gonna be like, "The hell are you doing? You look like an idiot." You bring out an acoustic, and especially if you could sing. If you could sing, you're in. But if you can't sing,
It's like John Mayer.
right? I mean,
Can you do John Mayer songs?
no, definitely not.
Do you know any of his songs?
I mean, I know a couple.
Which ones?
I can't even remember the name. I know some parts of the song.
Just name one.
I can't remember, dude. You put me on the spot.
Well, you just said you knew some of his songs, so I just thought you might be able to.
If you put them on the radio, I would recognize that it was John Mayer, and I would probably remember the song.
You know Your Body is a Wonderland?
That's the one.
Mhm.
That's the one. All right, there you go.
What about
There's like one more. There's like one other song that I know.
what about No Scrubs?
Is that a John Mayer song? I wouldn't know.
It's I don't think it is. I think I just named a random song.
No Scrub. Isn't that like TLC song or something like that?
Yeah, it's either TLC or Tupac.
I don't think it's Tupac, is it?
Okay.
I don't. That doesn't sound right, dude.
Okay. All right. So you do a little John Mayer.
No, I don't do any John Mayer. I just know
Do you
his
play
songs.
guitar left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So that means you use your right hand to strum the guitar.
Yes.
Okay.
So my left hand is on the fretboard.
Okay.
I also play piano.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um,
Can you play Yanni?
no,
Can you play?
I play classical music.
Oh wow. Okay. Some Schubert.
I actually don't know any Schubert.
Some Chopin.
I know a
Some
little Chopin.
Michael Schumacher.
That's a race car driver. It's a good try though.
Okay. It's just
You just throw that out there.
Beethoven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite piece is Beethoven. So.
Very cool. What was your favorite composer?
Composer?
Not Beethoven. You can't pick Beethoven.
Chopin probably, or Liszt. Chopin or Liszt. Those two.
Who?
Franz Liszt. He does the
Nice.
Hungarian Rhapsody and La Campagnolo. Those two are pretty famous. You should look them up.
Mm-hmm.
Educate yourself.
What's your piano MMR?
3.5K.
3.5. That's very precise. Good. And then your guitar MMR?
4K maybe if I'm lucky.
And your CP MMR?
CP?
CPR MMR?
CPR MMR?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done it live on a person, so probably like
Yeah.
3K.
So
You're really into my MMR about things.
Yeah, well, you're good at estimating it. Like your CPR MMR is probably still in placement. You're still in placement matches. For
Yeah,
that.
it's TBD at this point.
Okay. All right. So
What's your interviewing MMR?
I would say 7K.
Damn.
I think
Wow.
I'm at 7K.
Okay.
That's a little confident though.
It is.
Maybe it's closer to like 3.
That's a big.
It's
a wide
3,
range.
It's between 3 and 7, depending on my teammates, so or my interviewee. You know, So this one I think we're doing good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the high skill bracket right now.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you said music, big
Yeah.
part of your life.
Yeah.
Swimming.
Used to be a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
And what else? Anything else?
I used to be a swim coach for a bit, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm going to TI, coach. I'll see you later." And I just kind of quit because I had a job, and like it was a summer job. It was like one of my best friends was the head coach, and my other friend was an assistant coach. And it was like, "Hey, I hate to do this to you, man, but I'm getting paid to go to Seattle and do this thing." And so I just kind of pieced out on that.
You weren't just like, "Hey, can I take a month off?"
Well, I asked them that.
They're like, "Are you serious?"
It's a summer team, though.
Yeah.
So it was like half the season is just me gone, and they're like, "That's not gonna work." And I said, "Okay." So I just kind of.
You should have invited all of them to TI. They could have practiced in the hotel pool. You could have coached them.
I was teaching some people to swim in the hotel
Could you imagine
pool.
asking Valve that? Hey, can we bring the entire swim team over? It's really inconveniencing them that I'm not the coach anymore.
We have this 200-person team.
Yeah, it's
Let me get in the pool real quick.
Okay.
Just give me a designated practice area.
What do you do? What do you watch for fun? Do you watch movies? TV
Yeah,
shows?
I love movies and TV shows. And we already talked about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So.
What movies do you watch? What have you seen recently?
What have I seen recently? God.
The Avengers.
Not seen that event. I haven't seen any real recent movies, including like all the.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time.
You have 3 seconds to answer.
I have. God, man.
3, 2.
Saving Private Ryan. I guess that's not it. I mean that's
good.
a good movie, but it's not my
bad.
favorite.
Matt Damon's in that one.
There's another movie that I
Spoiler
really
alert,
love.
he's Ryan.
I like Saving Private Ryan, but I actually like Band of Brothers a lot better.
Okay.
You watch that?
Is Matt Damon in that one?
No, he's not. It's not. I mean,
I'm not gonna.
he's not. No, Matt Damon. Still a good series.
Tom
though.
Hanks isn't.
He directed an episode of that.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
What happens in that one?
They kill some Germans, and that's about
Are
it.
you partially German?
My mom.
Your name is very Spanish.
So, like all right, here, real quick. My dad's side is Spanish and Turkish. My mom's side is like every European country you can think of, and then a little bit of Native American as well.
Okay. Mi hablo.
I don't speak Spanish. We've discussed this like 5 times.
Okay. Why don't you speak Spanish? It's your heritage.
I don't know.
Do you have any relatives in Spain?
No, no.
What about in South America?
I never had any relatives in South America.
Where are your relatives from then?
They're from Spain and Turkey, but that was like a long time. Like that's ancestry. Like my relatives are like all across America right now. That's
Okay,
pretty
so
much
they
it.
all moved here? There's no one left in Spain?
As far as I know, yes, that's correct.
What's the difference between like Spanish in Spain and like Spanish in South America?
I honestly, the Latino thing, like that doesn't exist in Spain. I don't think.
Thing?
I mean, it's just like it's a different culture. I can't.
Do you know the history?
No, I don't. Like so that's why I can't talk about it because I honestly don't know much about my ancestry.
Spain used to conquer countries.
I mean, well, I knew that much.
Yeah, and they would conquer like these South American countries, and then the natives would learn Spanish. I think that's why they speak Spanish.
That might be it. Yeah. That sounds about right.
I think that's the case. Like Mexico and stuff. I don't know why French didn't ever catch on because like they conquered a bunch of countries in South America too. Maybe it's just like harder for them to speak French, like French Guiana.
Well, I mean, there was the whole like Quebec.
Wait, isn't it French? Is it French Guinea or French Guiana?
French Guinea.
Guinea. Okay. Guinea. Guyana is a country in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portuguese too.
Yeah.
Man, those small countries used to have a lot of power back then.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, definitely not. It's the way the world works, man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Like the Netherlands used to have like a fleet and stuff. And now they only got like
I like how that surprises you.
They only got a couple million people now, right? How many people in the Netherlands?
That's because way back in the day, like these big countries or big empires didn't exist. Like USA wasn't nearly as big like way back in the day, and like the only thing that was huge, the British Empire was big back in the day. But
how did they even hold on to those territories? They didn't have a lot
through
of people.
force, I'm sure. They had a really advanced like navy. I'm pretty sure.
They were like terrible at fighting though. They like lined up and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean that everybody did that.
You ever watch Last of the Mohicans?
Yeah. Actually, I haven't seen that movie. Anyways,
that's a movie that our history teacher showed us to show that the British were terrible at fighting.
Is it all about like guerrilla warfare and the?
Yeah, they'd like announce when they were gonna fire, so all the natives would like hide.
I've seen like movies and stuff about that. I'm just like, what? That seems so dumb. I guess it's all about the honor system. Maybe I have no idea. Who cares?
Okay, so what else do you do? Well, how much time are we at, by the way?
25.
Holy
Oh my God.
crap!
Why are you?
How did we get to 25? Wow.
What else are like? All right, let me go real quick. Play Dota and play other video games. Go out, drink.
I gotta say though, this didn't feel that long. It felt like really fast.
Easy to
I
talk
really
to.
enjoy talking to you, Maut.
Yeah,
so
man, I know.
We were at 25. This is.
We spent like we're gonna go to bed.
Spent 90 minutes talking about Game of Thrones.
We were like, okay, let's go to bed now. We turn off the lights. We just talk about Game of Thrones for like an
Another,
hour and a
like
half.
an hour. Yeah.
And then we eventually had to put a kibosh in the conversation.
We're like, okay, we need to go to sleep. We have to work at Red Bull tomorrow. We can't keep talking about Game of Thrones. Okay. Let's save some for next time.
Okay.
We can have a Game of Thrones interview the next time, and we'll just talk about Game of Thrones. Everyone that's watching, read all 5 books before I talk to Maut again at TI. If we both get invited to TI, we're going to do a Game of Thrones only interview, and we'll talk about Game of Thrones, like super in-depth. It will be like crazy spoilers up until the 5th book, so you guys have to all read it by then.
Yeah.
That's about 3,000 pages. Maybe?
Also, the prequels, you have to read the prequels too.
The Dunk and Egg. You know
Dunk and
we're
Egg.
legit when we talk about Dunk and Egg.
Yeah.
And so then Dunk and Egg, The World of Ice and Fire. You got to read that too, because there's some history in that you need to know, like about like Jaehaerys 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you go then all 5 books. So that's about 4,500 pages of reading. I know that's a lot, but you do have a month or 2.
Listen, if you don't know your Targaryen dynasty like the back of your hand, then you need to you can't watch.
If you can't name the bastard names from all 7 to 8 regions, then I don't want to even talk.
And you're
to
done.
you.
That's it. You're over.
Do you know the bastard name for the Lannister region? The Westerlands.
Isn't it Rock?
No, it is Hill.
Hill. That one's tough. I know.
You got to brush up.
There's Snow, River, Storm. Waters. Some other stuff.
Waters isn't one of them.
Waters is it? It's the one guy, Orion Water.
Yeah, but he made it up. He's actually he pretended that it's not one.
Right. Well,
but okay,
I'm
like
exposed
we're talking now about Game of Thrones for another 3 minutes, and we haven't even discussed.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, give me your shout outs, Maut.
Shout outs to all the people here at BTS for making such a great tournament. Shout outs to you for talking with Game of Thrones movie for like hours. Shout outs to shout outs to Gerg, of course. Shout outs to High Ground TV and all the people that work with High Ground TV.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, make sure you follow me on Twitter at MautDota if you're interested in the stuff that I do and the content that I provide with casting and observing. And that's it, man.
Okay, man. Thank you. Let's do a call out.
A call out?
Yeah.
Call out to Gerg because
of course.
You're an asshole. That's it.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thank you.